You can experience yourself as nothingness, or everything, or someone, somewhere. Which one of those is most real? Do you even want to go there? Do you even want to define which is most real? Of course, when we dive into our formless aspect, it feels best in our mind and body because we enjoy that deeply. But the same enjoyment of our human existence can happen as well if we're not pushing against this moment. Can you be this moment and also the someone appearing inside it? Is this sense of someone just a mistake that's supposed to disappear, a cosmic error, or is it something that you can really begin to enjoy and perhaps understand and perhaps navigate your human existence consciously for the first time and begin to really enjoy it? So it comes back to this word, whether we call it self-respect or authenticity. I respect however myself is showing up right now. That there is a utter silence and quietness and rest deep inside the core of our being when we are not resisting anything, when we're not pushing or running away from something. And really the only thing that most of us have to really master in this Satsang environment now is to not run away from our old separate sense of self. Most of us have had some level of seeing of what we ultimately are, this formless reality that's appearing as a human being. And then we're desperately rejecting everything that it means to be a human being. But this formless reality that you are decided to show up also as that human body, this human body. And that is something magnificent, isn't it? That you are also appearing as you, individual, unique, not separate, but unique and individual. Never again to be repeated as you are right now with your gifts and talents that you bring to the world. Never again will reality show up in just the same way as it has as you, as your human beingness. And never again will it have the chance to recognize itself through your individual expression in this lifetime. So can you be someone and nobody at the same time? Absolutely. There is a resting place where you don't really prefer either of those, where you don't really need to get rid of one and keep the other. There's a place where they both are not really both. They are the same. I am the one being that is everywhere, insubstantial and intangible and invisible. And I'm also appearing as this visible human being. And all that that entails, my relationships, my finances, my career, my awakening, my family, my interests, my passions, my desires, all of that. And the self is almost aching to just fully show up as you, to really be whatever you are right now, without any restriction at all, without any holding back at all, trusting that whatever expresses itself from that place of authenticity, from that place before division, where you don't know whether you're someone or nobody, somebody or nothing. that the expression, the self-expression from there will be 100% appropriate and joyful. So in a very real, practical way, it's just how much am I showing up in this moment? If I'm confused by this satsang, I can really be confused. If I'm angry, I can be angry. If I'm happy, I can be happy. If I'm deeply, deeply peaceful and haven't heard a single word, I can be that too. If I'm trying to figure out and compare myself to everyone else, I can do that too. What is your life like as a human being when you take on the qualities of the self, where the self in its intangible, formless aspect never ever says should not or should about itself or anything? Can you give yourself permission to be 100% you? And if not, why not? What is it that seems to be holding you back? And is it holding back this silence? Is this great silence of being affected by anything at all? And can you allow more of that to permeate your mind and your body? We are so busy as human beings trying to be something other than we are. And we've been doing it for so long. Somewhere back a long time ago, we got this message that who we are is not appropriate, not adequate, not who we're supposed to be. And we've lived with that lie forever. And I'd just like to invite you into what it feels like in this moment to just let go of that. Whatever you are in this moment, we can be that completely. With no idea for a moment that you should be anything other than you are right now. What does it feel like when you let go of defining yourself as even nothing or someone or something? There is space inside your being for your someoneness and your nothingness that you can allow to fully be present together, because they're not really two. So what will that authenticity look like? We've got absolutely no idea. But whatever it is, in the next moments, we will be it completely. And there's an utter, utter freedom in that when you really grasp that simplicity. Yes, awakened beings tend to end up with a quiet mind and tend to end up with only positive emotions eventually. But that is because they've been utterly authentic to whatever they're feeling for so long that anything that needs to come up and work itself out has done that. And for the rest of their human existence, anything that is triggered is immediately allowed, looked at, loved, dissolved, and seen. Somewhere in our consciousness, we have had this myth that to be authentic, to be who we really are, at least in our human expression, is really, really unsafe. And that we need to be this chameleon, this social chameleon that's changing shape depending on who we're talking to try to fit in, to feel safe, to feel loved and approved of, and to feel complete. And that is never ever going to work, ever. Not permanently anyway. And it is exhausting. And what happens when you set that aside and don't decide whether you need to be nothing or someone? Can you just enjoy both?